that the needle is going to come out here. Clips that are broken, and somebody has tried to glue them back in. And it was actually only held on by 1-2 little pushing clip. I could maybe just tap that down. Beautiful.
Baby, I'm a gangster too. It takes some time, you don't wanna mess with me. Baby, I'm a gangster too. On my knees in the night. Baby, I'm a gangster too. Baby, I'm a gangster too.
Right, what I've done is, on here there was loads of these clips that are broken, and somebody had tried to glue them back in. It was actually only held on by 1-2 little pushing clips. So I removed all the old ones, and just by using my little pry tool there, and now hopefully if I've got enough, I'm going to put hold of these white ones in place. You can see how it snaps, and I'm hoping it's going to push back on again. I've got enough of the white ones. I bought this. This is just a whole load of plastic clips. Again, you can get these on Amazon. I might just have enough. I might just have enough. Doesn't matter if I don't get every single last one, but so that's pretty much it. Yeah, that is pretty much it. Let's try it on the car. Beautiful. Sorted. That's another job done. Let's sort this seat out. Range Rover L320. It's a car I bought which was an insurance write-off. Done a load of fixes. Have a look at this seat. Look at that nasty little seam split there. I want to try and bring it back together again. See what I can do. I use this company called Amazon. You may have heard of them. And I bought myself a little sewing needle kit. It's links down below. It comes with a curved needle, various different types of needles, various different types of thread, importantly, which will try and match your seat, a little prodding tool, all for a few pounds or a few dollars. Well worth it. So thanks to YouTube, you can fix the world, and I've certainly fixed a lot of things looking at some incredible videos online. And this guy, I'm going to put the link below, ART Real Repairs, for real customers, and he's showing you how you can do a blind stitch. So I'm going to use this video, I'm going to compliment him down below as well, and he shows you exactly what you need to do. So I'm going to try that with my needle kit, and let's see how easy it is. So I'm going to use the larger hooked needle there, and I'm going to use the beige thread for obvious reasons. This is a wax thread. They advertise it that way so that it's a lot easier to thread it through, especially tougher materials like leather. So let's see what the video says, and I'm going to follow it. So it comes with 2 needles. Obviously I need 2 needles because it's called a double needle blind stitch for that reason. So you're working from both sides. You've got one curved needle on one side, one on the other, and then you're putting them together. And by the looks of what I'm seeing in the video, it's kind of like doing a shoelace. But let's give it a go, see how easy it is. So obviously it's come away on the seam, and what I'm hoping to do is bring these together so that you don't see the stitches, and bring it back. So this is, as I said, it's waxed. Okay, I'm going to take out enough thread then to put the other smaller needle on the other side. Let's go with that. So now I've got my two needles. Let's see if we can work this magic. Where should I start? Should I start here? Should I start here? I think I'll start at this edge here.
Though we have to cut new holes. Our goal is to replace the top stitch of the French seam with a very neat blind stitch. For the full description,
I'll take the other needle and work my way on the other side. I'm going to see if I can get it in the... I don't want to get too close, but maybe use these pliers here just to help it through. Now what I believe is you take the one on the opposite side, and I want to go through where the stitch was that I've just done. Keep it close. Don't come out too far. There. Let's bring this through. Okay. Make sure I've got even thread either side. I'm just going to even it up a little bit. So the guy says not to try and pull it tight. Get a few stitches in first. So I'm just going to equal up the amount of thread that I've got on each side, so that it's going to be equal. And I want to come back through where I went through on the side nearest to me, as close as possible, like that. Oh, I see I've gone underneath there now, so I've done that wrong, haven't I? Let's see if I can push that back through. I need to go over the top. I don't know if I can get that back through. Let's see if that works. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I need to go over the top, back through like that, and then I should have a double stitch there. Okay, not bad, like that. So then this now goes through there. Okay. All right, so I'm starting to get it now. So you need to then come down on the top. Now I've got these 3 stitches, the video says to gather up the leather together. Don't be tempted to pull the stitching because it will probably end up ripping out. And then fold the edge of the joining surfaces, just tease it together slightly. So you can kind of get the idea. Now if I tidy those up there, so when you start to get a few stitches, just tuck the leather as you go so that the seam is coming together, so it's curving in. One thing I've learned is if you make a mistake and you've kind of gone the wrong way, just make it into like 3 stitches, or even just do a single stitch across. You can always then get it back in the right sync. It can be quite sort of easy to make a mistake. So rather than undoing it all, just make it work. It's not that hard. Once you've done a few stitches, you kind of see where you need to go with it. So now that I've pulled that one on that side, I want to come across to here and then underneath and get to there. So try and go as close to the one that you've put through, which is here. This side's a bit easier because it's loose. And then I want to come up, and when I want to come up, I want to come up opposite the other thread on the other side. So that's where the needle needs to exit. So now you can see that the needle is going to come out here so that I can pull those together. Don't be afraid. Another little thing I've noticed is don't be afraid to come quite far in rather than close to the edge, because it will just pull off. But if you come in a good few mil, it will always squeeze together. There's enough give in the seat, especially being leather, it's quite forgiving. So gather it up, put it together, and then sort of pull, and then tuck in the leather as you go. Like that. And then the seam pretty much disappears because it's the same colour as the seat. Yeah, it's getting there. Not bad. Not bad for my first attempt. So back across, right opposite, come out a few mil along, out there. This needle is slightly thicker than that one. If I was going to recommend, I would go with the smaller needle. It makes it just a bit easier to pull through. Okay, and then this one, you want to come over the top and down in the same, almost the same hole if you can, on the opposite side. And now you want to come out again opposite the thread on the other side. Which is about there. Pull that through. Gather them up together. I'll start to pull. Oh, yeah, that's me. Thank you. So I'm finding now, as I go, is to sort of really give it a nice pull and squeeze and tuck in that leather there, and you can see how nicely that's come together. I've got better as I've gone along. This is how I started. It's all right. And then there you can almost hardly see the stitches, but that's all part of the learning curve, and this is so much better than it was with that ripped seat. So I'm actually pretty chuffed, and thanks to ART, I'm going to mention him on this video. I'm nearly there. I'd say all in all this has taken me about 20 minutes, and realistically, now that I know what I'm doing, I could probably do it in about 10 minutes, about half the time. It's not difficult, it just takes a little bit of thought, and importantly a little bit of the old learning curve. And once you've done it once, I've always said this, I promise you you'll do the job in half the time with half the tools, because you know what you're doing and you know which way to tackle it, and you've got the confidence then to do what you need to do. Couple more stitches and I'll be there. So we're on the last stitch now. I think I'm just going to tie this last one. I was trying to do one more stitch across, but it's a bit tight in the corner there, so I'm just going to pull it together with a little simple knot, nothing fancy. You're never going to see it, it's right in the corner, like that. Let's do one more for luck. Good. Tuck that down. So there we go. Not bad for an amateur. Never done it before. You can see here my little lessons learned for those doing it for the first time. This is where I started, and I could have pulled it together a little bit more to start with, and then as I got into the flow I pulled and pushed the seat together, and you can barely see the stitches now, but considering I'll do a little before and after, it was a ripped seam, and now what I got there, I am really chuffed with that. Really good. I can maybe just tap that down. A little bit of leather there. Ooh.
Let's groove on, 'cause it's time to move on.